gliding across the water with the power of the wind, maneuvering down a scenic river, moving quietly across a still lake, reaching a favorite fishing hole. There are so many ways to enjoy small craft. All of these boats vary widely in characteristics, features, and equipment. And every boat handles differently, demanding different skills. But despite these differences, the boaters who use them suffer the same types of accidents: capsizing, falling overboard, and colliding with other boats. These accidents are also the cause of most boating-related drownings. You can help prevent accidents by following a few guidelines. Keep your weight low and centered in the craft. Keep 3 points of contact with the boat when boarding or moving around. Evenly distribute weight within the boat. Be alert to collisions with other boats or hazards.
Okay guys, let's get ready to go canoe. Put your PFDs on. Make sure they're like all hooked and tight enough and everything. Grab your
Keeping
paddle.
safe also depends on good planning, the proper equipment and clothing, supervision, and preparation for emergencies. Although some accidents are to be expected when using small craft, most serious emergencies can be avoided by knowing how to rescue yourself and others should an accident occur. Remember a few general rules. 1. Make it your priority to rescue people first. Retrieve the boat and gear only if it can be done safely. 2. Stay with the boat. If you should fall overboard or capsize, your boat should float and support you. Its size will also make it easier for rescuers to spot you. Leave your boat only if it is practical or absolutely necessary to do so. And finally, always wear a Coast Guard approved life jacket. Skills for self-rescue and the rescue of others can be learned for canoes, sailboats, rowboats, and kayaks. By knowing these rescue skills, you can help ensure your safety and the safety of others.
Being in and around the water, it's fun and usually safe if people know how to prevent accidents and act accordingly. But emergencies can still occur, and it's important to know how to help yourself and others when the unexpected happens. If you are stranded in warm water, are not wearing a life jacket, and are unable to reach safety, conserve energy by survival floating. Hold your breath and put your face in the water, your arms and legs hanging freely. When your face is in the water, your body naturally tends to drop to a nearly vertical position. Rest in this position for several seconds. When you're ready to take a breath, slowly lift your arms to about shoulder height and separate your legs, one forward, the other back. As you exhale, lift your mouth above water by gently pressing down with your arms while bringing your legs together. Take a breath, then return to the resting position. Making slow and easy movements helps conserve energy so you can stay afloat longer while you wait to be rescued. Be prepared to call for help if it is nearby. Cold water can quickly lead to life-threatening hypothermia. If you find yourself in cold water and are wearing a life jacket, use the help position to conserve body heat and energy while awaiting rescue. HELP stands for Heat Escape Lessening Posture. Hold your upper arms at your sides and fold your lower arms against your chest. Draw your knees up to your chest. It's sometimes hard to maintain your balance in the help position, but with practice you will quickly master the skill. The huddle position helps 2 or more people wearing life jackets to conserve body heat while awaiting rescue. Put your arms around each other's shoulders so the sides of your chests are together.
So let's have him in the
Smaller bodies lose heat faster than large ones, so if there is a child or small adult in the group, place him in the middle of the huddle.
Okay, are you comfortable?
If you're wearing clothes when you fall into warm water, you can use them to help you stay afloat. To use your shirt or jacket, start by tucking it in or tying the shirt tail ends together while treading water. Unbutton the collar. Take a deep breath and blow air into the shirt. Keep the front of the shirt underwater so the air forms a bubble in the shoulders to help you float. Another way to inflate your shirt or jacket is by splashing air into it. Close the jacket up to the neck, then with one hand, hold the bottom edge of the jacket open just under the water's surface. Scoop air into the jacket by striking the water with your free hand. Keep your palm down and fingers together as you force air from above the surface down to a point below the edge of the jacket. The air trapped under your hand will bubble up into the jacket and help give you more buoyancy as you float. You can also use long pants to help you float. Take a deep breath and reach down into the water to take off your shoes. Tread water while you loosen the waistband or belt of your pants. Take another breath and reach down to remove your pants, one leg at a time. Take a breath as often as necessary. Zip or button the pants. Tie the legs together at the cuff or tie a knot in each leg as close to the ankle as possible. Then grasp the back of the waistband underwater and hold the pants at the surface. Strike the water's surface with the palm of your hand, following through to a point just below the open waistband. This forces air into the pants. To prevent the air from escaping, gather the waistband together in your hands. To use the pants for flotation, slip your head between the legs which are tied together. If the legs are tied separately, reach one arm over and between the two pant legs for support. Be prepared to call for assistance. Water emergencies can happen even when you never expected to go in the water. Be prepared for the unexpected by learning how to help yourself in an emergency.
Recognizing that a person is having trouble in the water may help save his or her life. There may be only seconds to act, so you must know how to help without putting yourself at risk. If the struggling person is close enough, you can help without going into the water by using a reaching assist. Find a nearby object that will extend your reach, such as a towel, pole, or paddle. Brace yourself firmly and extend the object out to the victim. Keep your body low and lean back to avoid being pulled into the water. When the victim grasps the object, pull him to safety. If there is no object nearby that will extend your reach, brace yourself on the shoreline or lie flat on the pier and reach with your arm. If you're already in the water, hold on to a ladder or other secure object and reach out with your free arm or leg. Do not let go of your grasp or swim out to the victim.
You're right now. Just relax, you're in.
Everything will be okay.
If the victim is beyond your reach, you may be able to use a throwing assist. However, this takes practice to do correctly. Throwing equipment includes heaving lines, ring buoys, throw bags, and rescue tubes. Homemade devices such as a heaving jug or any floating object such as a picnic jug, buoyant cushion, or extra life jacket can also be used. When making a throwing assist, shout to get the victim's attention.
Everything will be okay. Just grab hold of the rope.
Get into the stride position and step on the end of the line with your forward foot,
Hang on.
which should be the leg opposite your throwing arm. Your other leg should be back. Bend your knees and throw the object just over the victim's head, so the line drops within reach. Be sure to think about how the wind or current may affect your throw. When the victim has grasped the device, slowly pull her to safety. Lean away from the water as you pull. If the water is shallow, you can wade in to assist and reach the victim unless a current or soft bottom makes wading dangerous.
Reach for the vest. Hold on real tight. Okay, you're gonna be all right.
Use something to reach the victim, such as a life jacket, or any other available object, such as a buoyant cushion, tree branch, towel, clothing, or a paddle. If possible, wear your life jacket.
Hang in there,
Wade into
hang
the
on.
water, but do not go past your chest level.
All right, I need you to reach for the vest.
Extend a floating object to
Hang
the
on tight.
victim. Keep the object between
All right,
yourself and the
everything's gonna be
victim
all right.
to help prevent the victim from clutching at you in a panic. When the victim grasps the object, tell her to
Stand up
hold
here.
tight for support and pull her to safety. Use the beach drag in shallow water or on a sloping shore or beach. This method works well with a heavy or unconscious victim, but should not be used if you suspect a head, neck, or back injury. Stand behind the victim and grasp him under the armpits. Support the victim's head with your forearms. Walk backwards slowly until you have removed the victim from the water completely, or at least to the point where the head and shoulders are out of the water. If another person is there to help, you can each take an arm and drag the person to shore. If you suspect a head, neck, or back injury, you must use the head splint technique to stabilize and turn the victim. You will learn this skill in the next unit. A victim who is in shallow water and can stand may be able to walk with your help. Put one of the victim's arms around your neck and over your shoulder. Hold the wrist of the arm that is over your shoulder and wrap your free arm around the victim's back or waist. Maintain a firm grasp and help her walk out of the water. When around the water, be alert to possible water emergencies. With the proper knowledge, skills, and equipment, you can help someone without putting your life in danger.
Okay.
No, we don't have them yet. Craig, go call 911.
Head, neck, and back injuries can be life-threatening and must always be taken seriously. Whenever you suspect this type of injury, be sure that 911 or the local emergency number is called immediately. Then provide emergency assistance. If the victim is face up in the water,
just lay still.
use the
I'm here to
hip
help
and
you.
shoulder support to prevent movement of the neck and back.
Gotcha.
Approach slowly to minimize water movement. Lower yourself to shoulder depth and slide one arm under the victim's shoulders and the other under her hips. Support her body horizontally, keeping her face out of
Okay,
the
just lay
water,
still. I'm here
but
to
do
help
not
you.
try to lift the victim.
Relax.
A victim who is face down must be turned over quickly so he can breathe. The head splint technique allows you to turn the victim over while
are you
providing
okay?
stabilization. Carefully approach the victim's side and gently move his arms up alongside his head by grasping the arms midway between the shoulder and the elbow. Squeeze the victim's arms against his head. This helps keep the head in line with the body. Glide the victim slowly forward. As you move forward, rotate the victim toward you until he is face up. Rotate the victim by pushing the victim's closer arm underwater while pulling the other arm across the surface closer to you. Staying level, hold the victim's head in the crook of your arm with the head in line with the body. In a current or waves, position the victim so the head is pointing into the current to keep the body from twisting. Stay in this position, keeping the victim's head in line with his body until professional help arrives. Providing immediate stabilization for the victim of a suspected head, neck, or back injury may minimize or prevent further injury to the victim during those critical moments before professional help arrives.
Canoes. Easy to paddle, highly maneuverable, great for quiet recreation or exciting adventure. However, canoes can be unstable when used incorrectly, and accidents such as falling overboard and capsizing are not uncommon, especially with beginners. You can help prevent this from happening if you kneel in the canoe rather than sit, and keep your weight low and centered in the craft. Also, remember to keep 3 points of contact with the canoe at all times when boarding or moving around. To enjoy canoeing safely, learn good handling skills,
Just front stroke, okay? Make sure that the paddle's going in the water. You're actually moving the canoe.
as well as how to respond correctly to accidents when they occur.
Yeah.
What happened?
We tipped over while we were moving to Canoe.
If you have fallen out of your canoe and it remains upright, you may be able to re-enter the canoe. Reach into the canoe and grab the thwart with one hand, the gunwale with the other. Then, while kicking vigorously, reach across to the far gunwale and lift your hips up, keeping your weight over the center of the boat. Rotate your hips and sit inside the canoe. Then bring your legs into the boat. If your canoe capsizes and fills with water, immediately survey the area. If you have a partner, check to see if he or she is okay. Then turn the canoe toward the closest shoreline. This will make it easier when you start paddling to shore. If your canoe is swamped but still upright, you can re-enter it safely. Grabbing the thwarts, pull yourself across the middle of the canoe. Once it's stable, rotate your body and move into a sitting position on the bottom of the boat. Hand paddle to safety. A canoe filled with water is very heavy. To empty it, have one person stand at the bow, the other at the stern. Turn the swamped canoe sideways in shallow water, lift it, and empty it. Then turn and place the canoe right side up and back into the water. If a canoe capsizes near shore, it is possible to assist by towing the boat and person to safety.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just flipped over.
Maneuver close to the capsized canoe, stern first, so that the paddler can hold onto your boat or stern line. Stow paddles and other loose gear in your boat, and slowly tow the person and boat to safety. If a canoe capsizes some distance from shore, you can assist the capsized paddlers from your canoe. Position the capsized canoe perpendicular to your craft.
You want to head up and stabilize the front of the boat.
Have one of the capsized paddlers move to an end of the rescue canoe to steady it, while the person at the bow of the rescue canoe turns to face the stern. Have the other capsized paddler press down on the end farthest from the rescue canoe, which helps raise the opposite end out of the water. The two rescuers lift this end of the upside-down canoe up onto the gunwale.
Get around to the back and help stabilize the canoe.
Have the other paddler move to the other end of the rescue canoe to help steady it. Then carefully slide it across the gunwales of your craft. Once emptied of water, roll the canoe upright and slide it back into the water. Turn the canoes parallel to one another. Hold the two craft together for stability as the paddlers re-enter their canoe. Canoeing is a wonderful recreational activity. You can stay safe provided you have good paddling skills, know how to prevent accidents, and how to respond should they occur.